the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to the home of the BYU Cougars in LaVell Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the SMU Mustangs, taking on a team from the Big 12, the BYU Cougars. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. BYU ready to put a foot to it and get this game going. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. One of the toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to the home of the BYU Cougars in LaVell Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the SMU Mustangs, taking on a team from the Big 12, the BYU Cougars. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Mustangs have been waiting and finally the moment is coming and the opening of the season. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Scanning the field, it's Cornelius. Dumps it to the back. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Still at their own 20 after that last incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Pucks it out of the air. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Fields the punt and tries to find an opening. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. Offense in the sumo set with the big boys. Now on the option. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. He just has a nose for those little crevices to be able to find space, and he picks up the first down.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
Quick completion to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. For just a second, let's take a big picture view of SMU. You start the season top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And after the pick, everybody going the other way, and he crossed midfield and got it to the 47.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There's a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Throws to the wideout. And he rifled in that pass, but it's incomplete. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. The give from the gun. Runs through the tackle. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. And the ball hits at the 3 and gets into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. interception on their first drive of the game, but we're still looking for our initial points of the game. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Guys, let's have a look at SMU. They had some holes to fill on the roster. They've gone into the portal. They brought in a pretty decent haul. How good do you think this staff feels right now addressing those areas of need, David?
Well, I think you feel really good about bringing in quality depth, experienced depth, but now the trick is to merge it with your other guys and everybody get on the same page, and moving in the same direction.
The coaching staff is so excited, too. They feel like if they can stay healthy, they can take an extra step versus where they were a year ago because of these new bodies they found through the portal.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle, physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the fourth quarter.
Deafening in here, soaked in noise as BYU tries to get a stop on third down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front, too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go, hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
Leaves it with the back. There he goes. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
And the Mustangs are moving quickly down the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Using his feet. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. The Mustangs want to move quickly. Back to pass, it's Maddox. Makes the grab. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. And the Mustangs line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Just a hair too much on it from this big-armed sophomore quarterback.
Well, on that incompletion, the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page. I mean, that wasn't even close.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Give to the running back. And he is snuffed out, greeted by a host of defenders.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Snags it on the right. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. 10. Used the play fake, now to throw. Looking to the big tight end. On target to the left. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. It is great to have a tight end that can do it all and one that can get downfield and make a play.
And I like matching and mixing and matching up the play fake on play action with this tight end because it just gives him a little more time to work his route.
Brings him to the open. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Headed to the end zone. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
And this defense has to be better. You have to stop the first part of the option, and that is the quarterback. And he gets loose. He gets the first down, another set of downs. They need to figure out this plan and how to stop this quarterback.
And the Cougars have it with a first and goal. Motion from the wide receiver. On the ground. Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
Well, you saw him there, shot out of a cannon. He came off the edge using his speed, able to get that TFL.
And usually known for covering, but you got to understand the circumstances, right? Like the red zone situations, I got to be able to come out of that defensive backfield. And
he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, BYU! They get set for the point afters. We have the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. That's the end of the quarter, and BYU is on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. They're trying to put something, anything together to get that goose egg off the scoreboard down 7-0. They'll run the option. Now the toss. Oh, he's got some space. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races.
And this defense has to be so disciplined. Like, you just got to understand, I can't all go for the quarterback. And too much attention on the quarterback. We didn't play the pitch really well. That's why this offense is really hard to stop.
So much for the tough field position. One play, and you're already to the 35. Looking to throw, it's Maddox. Quickly out to the tight end. At the 45, on his way. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
The play action fake. Going for it all. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
You know, they say sometimes for quarterbacks the hardest throws to make are when the guy's wide open. How do you miss that throw if you're the QB? Just put air on it. You can underthrow it by 10 yards. That receiver would have come back and fielded a punt.
Third down coming up, and the Cougar faithful are doing everything they can to help out this team. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the play on third down.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
They punted away on fourth down. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
They stop him behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through one guy, but not through the rest.
Yeah, and they got him down in a hurry. Nice job by the defense. Aggressive attack. Come downhill. Go get the running back. Get him on the ground.
They'll try the run. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And this is every defensive coordinator's dream, right? Watching your defense go out on first down, TFL, second down, TFL. Now you set up third and long. Everybody knows they're going to throw it, and your pass rushers can pin their ears back. Outstanding job being physical by this defense.
Looking deep. Picked off. He goes down right there, but not before coming up with a big interception.
Rain, sleet, snow, sun shining. I don't care. I get interceptions. Give me that rock.
The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. They've taken a couple of punches to the jaw, and now they'll try to get this offense going down a couple of touchdowns. Got room at the 35. He's loose. Touchdown, Mustangs. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Alabama opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's house and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Dropping back, it's Cornelius. Wide open downfield. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to fire. Quick strike complete. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide. He sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass. You'll take that completion.
The Cougars are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Completes it in the middle. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
Nice job by the receiver on the in route there. And how about the speed? After he made his break, he was able to actually separate a little bit from the DB, helping out his QB on that one.
Lost to throw on 1st down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Snagged in the middle. It's Clinton. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
Snags it over the middle. Now the connection takes it to the 11. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Going to look downfield again. Into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cougar!
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone, because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game.
And he did make that extra point, no issue with the treacherous footing. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. From the gun. Give on the inside. Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31. The Mustangs in the hurry-up. For just a second, let's take a big-picture view of SMU. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus, the number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
He's got it. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
And the Mustangs will snap it on 1st and 10. The give to the back. Turning it on. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks with the 1st down.
1st down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Just inside the 40-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 39. Now the toss. This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line.
And That just looked off. The timing, the rhythm, I don't know what it was, but usually that option, man, it's so precise, right? Like really quickly making a read, and you could tell they weren't on the same page. It went absolutely nowhere. Defense won that rep.
And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
It is deafening in here, soaked in noise as BYU tries to get a stop on third down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
That's a really good break on the football. He sees the ball come out, and he hits it right as he's catching it. Nice job of dislodging the football from the receiver. That's a good play by the defensive back.
And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. Oh, and the attempt is no good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
He lets it fly. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. To the air, it's Cornelius. Showing the arm strength down the left side. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Pedal to the metal right now for this offense. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns. Here on their third possession, they're still taking shots way down the field, and why not? Give the defense credit finally. Something good happens for them to get the incompletion, but if I'm this quarterback, I'm still throwing it.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be fourth down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Makes the catch at the 30. He only needs a sliver of daylight. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Enough time to get off a play before we head to halftime. Takes a handoff. It's Jackson. Got enough for the first. Brought down at the 25-yard line. Give him 15 yards on the pickup, and this offense is threatening.
Timeout, SMU.
And in the waning seconds of the first half, they'll try to put up 3 before going to the break. Just drives it between the uprights. That'll bring him to within 4. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. BYU about to kick it off to open the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
They're going to ride this running back.
And that would be the definition of first down success, putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
The Mustangs have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Off the play fake. Going to take a shot at this DB. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Got to give this defense credit, man. They've been so good in the back end in coverage. They basically gave nothing away in the first half. And here they are in the second half defending a deep ball.
They'll run the sneak for it.
No gain on the play. Good enough for a first down.
And the Mustangs look to keep this drive humming. Toss sweep to the right. Finds a little space.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Still running at the 35. There he goes. Touchdown, SMU. And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed, look at the elusiveness, get into the end zone. Nice run.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Michigan is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Big House, but the Maize and Blue have struggled to really pull away. They're up by 11 over Louisiana. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They weren't able to move it on their last possession, ended up punting it away, but now in a tight game, another opportunity for this offense. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Makes the grab on the left. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. They'll snap it from the 47 on first down. To the air, it's Cornelius. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
That's a miss as an OC. He's coming to the sidelines and listen, that's not a great throw. We got to take something off of it. But we also can't miss inside. So it's a tough dynamic when you're throwing that out route. But either way, quarterback, wide receiver, they have to do a better job being on the same page.
And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
He'll throw on third down. Snagged out of the air. And third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
After losing yardage, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to go up top. Grabbed in the middle. It's Clark. Ripping off a good chunk inside their 25, and they're set up with a first down.
I love playing man-to-man defense, and I love getting up in your kitchen and jamming you at the line of scrimmage, but it's really hard when they start running these crossing routes and drags and ends because now I'm in chase.
Intercepted deep in his own end. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Well, obviously it's raining here in this game, and ball's slippery. I don't know if that slipped out of the QB's hands a little bit, but it certainly wasn't an accurate throw, and as a result, it ends up in an interception.
The Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown. Breaks into the open. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Going with the ground game left. Got enough for the first. At the 35, he's open. Flying out to the left. Touchdown, Mustangs. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the second level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
And the extra point is good. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
To the air, it's Cornelius. This time it's complete. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. I think that receiver really had two choices there. Catch the ball, or he was going to wear it in his chest.
Yeah, he was going to be maybe taking an ice bath after too many of these curl routes. He catches them in the body like that. This quarterback has a cannon arm. The receiver found the soft spot in the zone, and man, the quarterback gave him no choice.
On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. And he needed just a single yard, and he did not get it. What a stout play by this defense. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Mustangs have the ball back and ready to go to work. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Takes the easy one to the back. Still on his feet at the 45. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
So now it's 2nd and long. Dropping back, it's Maddox. Quick completion on the out route. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The Mustangs racing to the line in the hurry-up. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. The quick out. He gets just inside the red zone and goes out of bounds at the 19.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
The give out of the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit for being really physical there, getting the TFL.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. Makes the catch. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Gain of 19 on the play.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looks as if he's going to run it. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, SMU!
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in their running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. That's the end of the period, and SMU has the lead. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. One final period to play, and we'll see who can grab that W as we start the 4th. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. They went 3 and out the last time they had it, and trailing late, they've got to get to work here. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
Looking to throw, it's Cornelius. Right on the money. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback, rally to the football, gang tackle, and you're going to win this game.
Caught over the middle. It's Clinton. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the first down at the 30.
Well, it's 3rd and short, so you look for your easiest throw and easiest completion. That's to the tight end. He makes the catch, and you move the chains.
Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Clinton.
Well, here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
Finds his target down the middle. And BYU will get the first down.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Pocket breaking down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
He wants to throw it again. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Catch inside the 30 and still running. He'll work his way down to the 28. And, Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game long. They find themselves in a hole, but I love the aggressive nature. Keep taking shots. Keep trying to claw your way back into this one.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the fourth quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
How about the job by this defense today? They knew what they were getting into. A really good running back. We talked to him this week. It was the main focus point of this offense, stopping the run game, stopping the run game. Boy, have they shown.
Throws toward the end zone. And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
The SMU offense is headed back onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. The option look. Quarterback on the keeper. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And the defense did everything right against that option play. They got to the quarterback. They forced him to keep it. Not only do they create the fumble, but they jump on it behind the line of scrimmage. That is just perfect option defense.
Looking to throw, it's Cornelius. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help.
To the end zone, and is picked off. Takes it the other way. Pass to 50. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Mustangs. The defense does the work itself with a pick 6.
And that just might do it. Man, offense needed points badly. Defense comes up with the big interception, takes it all the way back just to pad their lead a little bit and make this game almost out of reach.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. SMU offense headed back out to go on the attack. This possession will be a test after squandering that long drive throwing a pick six, Jesse.
You're right, Reese. Well, I think this is really dependent, too, on the leaders in this huddle right now to step up and help this offense get back on pace here on this drive.
Yeah, and this defense is frothing at the mouth. They're excited. They're jacked up. They just made a big play. They got all the momentum, so they're ready to hunt.
Makes the grab. He'll be forced out of bounds at the 28-yard line as this offense tries to mount a drive. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. To the air, it's Cornelius. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's 1st down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the 1st down.
Catch in the middle. It's Clinton. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the...
And that makes 5 interceptions in this one. The nightmare is alive. And after the interception, he brings it back and gets it inside the 35.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field. Because now you can put resources elsewhere. He's proven, if you try me, bad things are going to happen.
They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Got a little space. Turning it on. Touchdown, SMU. He got a step and just dusted the field.
Yeah, and how about this offense, man, putting another drive together, getting in the end zone. And here's the deal, going on the road, handling these conditions in game 1, they've done a phenomenal job.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Michigan is currently up big right now in a game they'll be talking about in Ann Arbor for a long time. They're up by 32 over Louisiana. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think he can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
Powers through the defender. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
That's a really nice game. It just would have been really nice to see this from this offense earlier. Now you're getting to the point where there's a couple of thought processes. Do I build momentum for next week? Do I try to get this offense, the ground game clicking, or do I throw the football every play and try to make this football game close?
Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? The give to the tailback. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
You got to give this defense credit because they have bottled this guy up all game long. He's one of the best running backs in all of college football. Everybody was expecting him to have a big one today. Don't tell that to this defense, though. They've played with great effort. They've gotten hats to the football, and they have been able to shut him down.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Looking to pass. It's Cornelius. It's caught. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. Running back searching for a hole. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
This is an area of the game. On offense, you've got to be able to run the football well. You've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and obviously you're in your own end here, but you want to bleed the clock. You want to stay on the field and keep getting first down, so you have to be able to run it.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. Not always the old line. Sometimes those receivers want to get a jump on the snap count, and they'll move them back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. A 3rd down try for the offense. Out of the gun, the inside give. They stop him after a short game. Probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming into the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
And the Mustangs will bring the punt team onto the field. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. He gets a block. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. First play of the drive comes from the 41. Back to throw, it's Cornelius. On target. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.